Howdy y'all, TheJTJ here with part 2 of the Colorize project. Alright, so before we begin anything else, there's a couple of things I want to discuss as far as theory goes and just basically you getting started and understanding the broad concept. Now before we do anything else, we want to make sure that we have a second layer here, and you can just click this to add a layer. I'll call it color 1, and now this is where all our drawing is going to go on. We don't want to draw on the actual background layer, we want to draw on this one, and depending on how advanced your project is, you might want to add several of these layers in as you go to sort of help you manage all the parts and pieces. So as we're talking about the theory behind this, a lot of people want to treat Inkscape or other vector software as a paint program where I'm going to paint a line and I'm going to put another color next to it and so on and so forth. And the software really isn't really designed to do that. I like to think of the software more as a collage software. You're literally going to build pieces of colored paper, and you're going to put them down. So imagine that you had a bunch of construction paper and some scissors, and you were cutting a bunch of shapes out and gluing them to a paper. Now that's exactly what you'll be doing here. Everything you're doing is either going to be lines or whole shapes. And you're going to color them, and you're going to lay them in certain orders to make them look right. Now you have sort of like the theory, you have to understand it because it's going to save you a lot of time. Now first off, let's zoom in a little on the neck here. I'm going to work on this back of the hoodie right here. Now I'm going to show you the wrong way first. Now it's not necessarily the wrong way. You can do it that way and you could come out with a good a good product in the end, but it's going to take you more time doing it the way I'm about to show you. So first off, let's just go and draw this collar out. I'm going to go ahead and take the fill off. Let's make sure the stroke is on. Let's adjust all these things around. So right about there. I'm just going to continue to draw this collar. Alright, almost there. And we'll just do it rough. Okay, so I've drawn the collar here. And I'm just going to fill this with a green so you can see what I've done. Now, the next thing you would do is say, hey, I'm going to draw the neck, which you can totally do that. So we'll start up here and we're going to draw around, and then I'm going to try to make it fit exactly on this piece. And let's just take this and turn it like a cream color. Okay. So what you've done here is I spent a lot of time trying to make this perfect. Now I didn't spend a lot of time, but a lot of people, if you were drawing this, you would. We'll take the snap to off to make sure these don't snap. So if you spend a lot of time trying to make this side of the collar perfect right here, or this side of the hoodie perfect, and then you spend a lot of time trying to make this part of the neck perfect, well, you spend a lot of time trying to make things perfect. And then what I'll see is a lot of people, they'll try to put them right next to each other like this, and there'll always be gaps in between, and then you'll have to go in with this tool and you'll sort of have to mess with it and move things around to get them to be perfectly next to each other. So you can build projects doing exactly what I've done. However, it takes way more time if you do that, because look, this neck piece is going to be on top of that hoodie piece. So there's no point of you spending all this time to make this hoodie line perfect when the neck's going to be on top of it, covering it up anyway. So let's try this again. So the best way you should think about things is I'm going to draw this hoodie out, and I'm going to start right here. Once again, we will click the X to get rid of that fill. Alright, so I'm under the neck. I already know that the neck's going to be on top. Who cares what I do in there? Because it's not going to be seen. Okay? So let's come over here. Let's go like that. And then once again, who cares? It's all crazy back there, and you're like, well, hey, that doesn't look right. Well, it doesn't look right now. But once again, we're going back to the collage theory. All that center is going to be covered up. And I didn't waste any time making either one of these lines perfect. Now, let's take this tool and we will go down, and then I'll start tracing this out. And I'm clicking very fast, so you just get the general idea of what's going on. And there we go. Let's make him a little lighter. Well, so we have the neck drawn, and you said, well, this is all hanging over here and this is very sloppy. If we bring this back of this hoodie piece back, look, I didn't spend any time here. It's already covered up. Save yourself time when you are actually making these, okay? If the part's going to be covered up, it doesn't have to be perfect. It can be a big piece like this. It's already covered up. Think about how things work in the layered sense. All right, thanks for watching.